Welcome everyone in lecture number 9 of unit 5. In this lecture we are going to design Turing machine for language a raised to power n, b raised to power n and c raised to power n. And this is also a very important Turing machine, very important language after a and b n. So in this language there will be equal number of age followed by equal number of b's, then followed by equal number of c. So for every a there is a b and there is a c in this order. So suppose we have a input that belong to this language and over the input tape. So what we need to do, at one time we have to mark 1a, then 1b, then 1c. So that count of a, b and c remain same. So first we read this a, convert into capital A, then we move forward. Now we will get b and mark it by capital B, or we can write capital B in place of small b here. Now we need to move forward to mark a C also. So we will move forward and mark this small c as capital C, and then we will turn to the left. So from this position we will turn into the left direction and move till this capital A. Now when we will reach to this capital A, in the right of this A we will get small a again and convert this small a to capital A and move forward. Then we will get, instead of small b we will get capital B, so leave it, and in the right of this capital B we will get a small b. Now convert this small b to capital B and move forward. So we will move forward, we will get capital C, leave it unchanged, then we will get small c, convert this to capital C and move backward from this direction. From here we have to move forward, and from this corner we have to move backward. So now we will move backward till this capital A until we get capital A. So in the right of this we will get again small a, convert this small a to capital A, we change it, move forward, we will get some capital B's, then we will get small b, convert this small b to capital B, then we can get we will get some capital C's, then we will reach to small c and convert this small c to capital C and moving backward to check what is there left after this a. We will reach this place by moving backward till capital A, by moving backward till capital A. So at last we will not get small a in the right of capital A, we will get capital B. So we will check whether all B's are capital B's here, because input may be like this where we have some more B's. So we convert them, and we left with some small b, so this should be rejected. So we must check all b's here, and similar way we have to check all capital C also to ensure that that count of A and B and C are same. By getting capital A and getting capital B at the right of capital A, we are sure that all A's are capital, because we come back till capital A. So A's are capitals, but till now when we get capital B in the right of capital A, we are not sure that there are some small b left, or all b's are converted. Similarly, we are not sure that some c's are left or all c's are converted to capital C. So we have to make sure that in A and B and C and count of A, count of B and count of C should be same. So in one process, one A, one B, C and one C is converted. In second we get 2 to capital A, 2 capital B, 2 capital C. In third we get 3 capital A, 3 capital B and 3 capital. So there should not be any small left in between. So we have to make sure that all are capitals. So we will design Turing machine in such a way we have start state number 1, then we will get first small a, converting it to capital A and moving to right. Then we can get some capital H, some small h and moving to right. Here we convert this to capital A and moving to right till we get a small b. We convert this small b to capital B and moving to right also, because we have to change small c also. So after this b, converting this b, we can get some small b's also. So converting, leaving them unchanged and moving forward. Now we will get a small c and we will convert it into capital C, and now we will move to left direction. We will come back. So when we are coming back, we will get a small b's, then we will get capital B's, then we will get a small h, and then we will get capital A. Then at the right of this capital A, we will get again a small a. We convert it. Now we will get a small h, and before getting a small b, we can get capital B also. Now we can get capital B's. We convert it. Moving forward, we get small h, then capital B's, then small b. Then we move forward. We get a small b, convert it to capital B and get a small b, and then we will get capital C's. We convert it, then we get a small b, then we get capital C's, then we get a small c and we convert this to capital C. Now we will come back from this capital C, so we can get capital C's also. Then we will get a small b, then capital B, then small a, then capital A. So in this way we will convert a small a to capital A, small b to capital B, and small c to capital C in this cycle. So for every a, every b and every c, this cycle will continue, and at the end, in the right of this capital A, in the right of this capital A, we will get capital B. So we have to ensure that everything is in capital now. So we can get some more capital B's. Moving to right, then we will get capital C. Moving to right, then we will get some more capital C's. Moving to right, and then we will get blank, and at this blank, when we move to this corner at the end, we will get blank, and here we will halt at end. We will halt at this state. So this is state 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. We have 7 states here. So in this way we can design a Turing machine for the language a raised to power n, b raised to power n greater than equal to 1. Why n greater than equal to 1? Because here we will get one capital B and one capital C. If there is one capital C and one capital B, it means that there is capital A also. Otherwise we will not get capital B and capital C. So this is for n greater than equal to 1. If you have to design for n greater than equal to 2, then you have to make two transition for capital V and two transition for capital C, as we did in last lecture. So we can design Turing machine in this way. So now you can also design Turing machine for AN, BN, AN, n greater than equal to 1, where you have to convert A, then a B, then a capital A. You can also design Turing machine for AN, BN, CN, DN in similar way, when we will convert one A, then one B, then one C, then one D. You can also design a Turing machine for AN, BM and CN n greater than equal to 1, where you have to match 1A with 1C and do nothing for B. It's mean that you will leave B as a small b only. You are not going to change B into capital B. So in this way you will leave this B as unchanged and only reading B and moving to the forward. You are not marking this B here. It is n comma m greater than equal to 1. At end you will get at the right of capital A, you will get one small b and there may be more small b's, then capital C, then more capital C. So this Turing machine is very useful and this is important also as per the exam point of view. So, or we can summarize some important Turing machine. You will get Turing machine for AN, BN, you will get Turing machine for AN, BN, CN, or you can get Turing machine for WWR, even palindrome or palindrome, as these are famous by their names. So you have to prepare well, and we will design some more Turing machine in upcoming lectures. Thanks for attending the lecture.